Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here today to do the last Patreon poll of the year. And it's Korpiklaani.
Yeah, what a way to end off the year.
I think it's one of the best ways to end off the year with some Korpiklaani.
And it's a good way to try starting off the next year.
Yeah, it's like your last foot in 2020 becomes also your best foot in 2021. It's almost like you get your right foot in. So you go in, some soccer players, when they're coming off the bench, they hop onto the field. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
Because you want your last foot off the field to be the right foot, but you also want your right foot to be the first foot you put on the field. So they just do a little bit of a rabbit hop thing in. Superstitious. Most athletes are superstitious. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit superstitious myself.
Yeah.
So I always do the sign of the cross whenever I would play soccer, whenever I would go on the field. Not that I'm super religious, but I don't know. It's one of those things that I can't control myself. Yeah. If I don't do it, I feel like something bad is going to happen.
It's also like a special jersey you wear during a game. Like in the 2016 Euros, I'd wear my Portugal jersey every game and they won.
I also don't wear any Benfica jerseys when they're playing because every time I do that, they lose.
Yeah.
So I only put the jersey on after the game. All right, so we're here to check out Sanaton maa.
Ooh.
Sanaton maa. I'm going to go with that. Before I click play, there's just two quick things I want to mention. One is, I had a great idea. You know these guys have their own vodka?
Yeah, I watched that video.
You watched the video? I think anybody should send us a bottle of Korpiklaani vodka for us to do a video on the channel trying it out. Maybe not you.
Maybe not me.
But me. And you can be here for moral support.
Yeah.
Like helping pouring.
I could do the water one.
Okay. You can help out. You can help out. At least crack the seal.
Yeah.
At least crack the seal. So that's one thing. If you guys are thinking, what would make a great video on ANP Reacts? Me trying some Korpiklaani vodka. That's what I think would make a great video. The other thing I want to mention is that Marco from Nightwish, he won the Masked Singer for Finland. I watched the American one religiously with your mother, and I think I get one right every season. It's really hard to get who the people are. I'm normally
some of them are not even. Because some of them are not.
No, some of them are actors. Some of them are. It's just famous people. Like you don't know who they are, right? So congratulations to him, proving that this guy can do absolutely anything and everything. Wow, he did Gangsta's Paradise on that show. All right, on that note, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's do it. And what would have been funny if a fish came out of the water there.
Oh.
I think that would have been hilarious. Like a little like goldfish or something.
Yeah.
Like you pour. Can I go first? I need to break down everything in this video and in this song. I need to go first. I need you to be my hype man.
Okay.
So I go, and then you give me your opinion on whatever it is that I'm gonna say.
Okay.
First of all, I want to say this. They hired like a young version of Yachty to do this video. Because he was like, time to get some water. And then he went to get some water. He looks like a young Yachty, doesn't he?
Kind of.
I mean, to me, every blonde Finn looks like a young Yachty. What can I say?
I mean, Luka Modric looks like a young Yachty.
He's Croatian, though.
I know.
He's Croatian. But they have a lot of similarities. Not in height. Because I think...
But in hair and...
In hair and facial features. Let's go with facial features.
Yeah.
Let's not narrow it down because... in the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing a Zoom call with Yachty, and I don't want things to go sideways.
He's going to give it to you.
We're doing I'm doing a mini series with Yachty, a 3-episode mini series. I don't want to upset the legend, you know what I mean, and then throw it all out of the window just because we made some comments towards his physical appearance. All right. Anyways, to me it reminded me of Yachty.
Okay.
You know, going for some water. It was time to get some water. All right. So I want to start off by that. Second thing I want to say is, this is the same dude from the 2 previous videos.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to think that Korpiklaani hires by the bulk.
Oh.
So it's cheaper for them.
Just to do like 3 videos in one day.
Yeah, it's like tattoos. Every time you go for a tattoo, it's a different price because they have to put a new needle, you have to book an appointment.
But if you do it all at once.
I've done 3 on the same day because just like Korpiklaani perhaps, I asked the dude doing the tattoos, how much is for 1? X. How much is for 2? How much for 3 if I do them all together? And the price was like, it was like $3.99. It wasn't $3.99, but it was like a huge discount, right? So like, fuck, let's just do all 3 in one day. So we did all 3 in one sitting. So I'm starting to think that Korpiklaani, similar to my tattoo artist, gets a better price if you hire in bulk. Because the same dude in all 3 videos.
But also half of the video is like greenery around and the other half is the
I think
snow.
some of the video, the greenery perhaps was filmed on the same day as the other 2 videos.
Oh yeah, because
then you bought in bulk. You
Okay.
filmed 3 videos in one day with the same actor.
And the other half of those
the guy
videos-
drives you to the location, you know, probably, or he cooks lunch. I don't know, but I'm assuming that's what happened. And then the stuff with the snow is more recent. They kind of went and they did that more recently. I'm assuming that's
They're
what's
not
going on.
dressed for the snow though.
Oh, most of them are not, but I mean,
Sleeveless vests.
I know. I couldn't see I was looking to the drummer to see if I could see his nipples.
I was looking
to
at the
see
drummer, and I'm
to see how he was adapting to the cold weather, but I couldn't narrow it down.
I was looking at the drummer like he's not as crazy as he was.
Oh, the cold.
Yeah.
It's a damper on things. You know, shrinkage. All right. So I think they hire in bulk. Let's just put that out there. So which leads me into point number 3, which is I think this is going to be a concept record similar to the previous one, right? And I'm wondering if this character is one of the main characters throughout the story.
Yeah.
And that's why he's...
But now I'm also wondering, what order is it in?
Yeah, because in this one he's with a young dude, but I don't see his family there. So is this like the Star Wars trilogy where they start in the middle and then they go back and then they move forward? I don't know. I don't recall what the track listing of the album is, so I don't know in which order the videos came out, in which order they are on the track listing. But I'm sure all of that is going to play a role. I'm 100% sure of that. This is going to be a concept record. This character is one of the main characters in that story, in that concept, and that's why you see the same character in all 3 videos. I mean, it's the only logical explanation.
Yeah.
All right.
There's always something happening to the guy.
He's always involved in some shenanigans.
Yeah.
This time it wasn't really him. It was...
By the way, I thought that they killed the kid off, which wouldn't be a very Korpiklaani thing to do.
No, I honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. When he fell in the water and all you see is his little hat floating... I thought he died. I was like, what the fuck? They killed the guy?
I know, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, Korpiklaani are very smart. They're gonna hide the death with this very upbeat music and try to play off.
And you actually don't see him die. You just see him falling in the water. Or you don't even necessarily see him falling in the water. You assume he fell in the water, and all you see is his hat floating. So I'm like, is this their way of killing somebody without actually showing the guy like freaking drowning and gasping for air? But that
It's
doesn't
funny
seem
too.
very
It happened.
Korpiklaani though.
Yeah, it also happened when like the song became more folky
More happy.
and more happy.
It's almost like, oh, we got rid of this douche.
Now we have to play off. You know,
We're all happy we got rid of the douche.
hey,
By the way,
don't mind us killing him. Just let's keep going.
the main guy, you knew he was frickly near the water
Why would you
earlier
send
on.
him out again?
Why would you let him go get water? That's the time, as a good parent, you can see the writing on the wall. I've been there. I've done that kind of shit. You would say to yourself, now, we're out of water. You stay here.
I'm gonna go get it.
Doing some forging fire. You know what I mean? You keep doing some forging fire so that we can test these weapons for accuracy.
Will they kill?
Will they kill? Or will this cut?
Yeah.
And you can do all of that. And I'm gonna go get the water. Now you young yachty, you stay here working on time 2, and I'm gonna go get some water.
Time to work on that blade.
It's time for you. Yeah, it's time to work on those blades, and I'm gonna go get the water. So I was kind of surprised, but then we wouldn't have a story, would we?
Yeah.
Now the video could have been better if the water had a fish when he pours the boot. If it had a fish, that would be absolutely glorious. And then the last shot, instead of them walking away, is the fish kind of like flopping
I think it's
on
animal
land.
abuse. I think it's animal abuse.
Oh, not if you quickly go and then throw him back in the water. Like, no. And then they have a disclaimer. No animals died during the making of this video. Boom, done. You get peed off your back.
You can't say no animals were harmed. You have to say just no animals died.
Yeah, no animals died.
Yeah.
You just got to be more specific or more broad or
Yeah.
vague, whatever you want to do it. One more thing about the video before we get into the song. We haven't even talked about the song. One more thing about the video. Man, Yone looks like a character from The Revenant. I know you've never watched that movie.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say he looks like... I wanted to say something about him too. I've never really noticed this, but he kind of looks like he would be the Finnish Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean.
You're way off.
No.
You have to watch The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. In that movie, he's this badass guy. It's from the time of the fur trading business and whatever. Yeah. So he has this feud with some other guy, and then he kills a bear with a knife. Like, not Yogi Bear, like a real fucking black bear or brown bear or whatever the fuck it was. Anyways, he stabs the bear, and then he skins the bear so that he could get like a winter coat, because back then they didn't have Canada Goose. So, he gets one of those fucking badass winter coats with a bear on it, and he falls in the water and he almost freezes to death. And it's based on true events. Not necessarily like things didn't necessarily happen exactly like that, but I believe it's based on true. It's a badass movie. It's about when men were real men. They have chest with hair on it, big beards, and they fought bears with their bare hands.
It just sounds like Russia.
Now.
Never mind back then.
Sounds like a weekend in Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now we can get started.
You don't agree with me? Finnish Jack Sparrow.
If you know why I don't agree with you? Because I've seen The Revenant, and if you watch The Revenant,
then I would agree.
Then you would agree with me. I mean, he's in the snow and everything. It's just like the movie The Revenant. All right.
Well, to me, he looks like Finnish Jack Sparrow.
I mean, if he was on a boat, I would give you that.
Yeah.
But there's some resemblance. I'm not necessarily.
Is the black around the eyes?
I'm not necessarily disagree with you, but if you watch The Revenant, then I think you would agree with me. Let me put it that way. Now, let's talk about the song, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. What did you think about this latest Korpiklaani song? I'm not even going to ask you where it ranks amongst the singles so far, because that's unfair. Because we only heard this one once.
Also, I think you know which one ranks number one for me.
The previous one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the previous one.
Because I love Korpiklaani, but I think the Korpiklaani songs I love the most are the ones that have more of a bite in them, because it kind of changes.
You didn't feel like this one had a little bit of a bite?
I mean, this one had a bite, but not as much as the last one.
No, not as much as the last one, but this one had some heaviness on the drums and guitars.
This one had some heaviness on the drums, but I felt like this one is just their DNA. I mean,
this one is more folky.
This one's more folky. It just brings a smile to my face.
I think this one hides the heaviness better.
Yeah.
If you're paying attention to the track, when they're doing the accordion and the violin back, going back and forth and whatever, that part of the song is perhaps when the drums are the heaviest. Also when the guitars are the heaviest. It's just that they're underneath the violin and they're underneath the accordion. So you're getting the accordion, you're getting the violin, and you almost in the forefront. But if you're really paying attention, everything else is subdued. But the drums are the heavy throughout the song. That's when they're the heaviest. Even the guitar. The guitar and drums create this incredible base of heaviness that allows them to put the other two instruments on top and feel very folky, but creates this huge wall of sound coming at you, because those two instruments are very light, they're very thin. So they created this really nice bass line of heaviness with the guitars and drums together, but you almost don't even notice that they're there because you're so concentrating on the incredible melody and it's so jolly and it makes you bounce and stuff.
I mean, this is just Korpiklaani DNA over here. It's
the chorus was amazing.
Yeah, very, very. I mean, I wouldn't say catchy because I can't understand the language.
Doesn't matter.
It has like that kind of dancing, catchy vibe. It just puts a smile on your face.
I love this shit. And you know what? One of my favorite bands to see live. I know you haven't seen them. I've seen them twice. So much fun to see them live because the what you think a live Korpiklaani show is going to be is exactly what it is. It's fun. It's everybody's having a good time. There's no frowning. Everybody's happy, drinking, celebrating, having a good time. You know what I mean? Great times.
I could be a part of that.
Maybe the next time they come to town.
Or when we're in Finland.
Or when we're in Finland, yeah. We have to get you to you have to experience a Korpiklaani show. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
I think it would be more fun if I'm of age, so I can have
a drink?
A drink in one hand than Korpiklaani in front of me.
You know, between us and, I mean, nobody's watching this video. Nobody watches the shit we do. Last time you were in Finland, you dabbed on some, alcoholic beverages. I figure, by the next time we go to Finland, you're 17. Technically, that's drinking age. I don't know if 17...
I'm already drinking age in Germany.
You're already drinking age in Portugal. Portugal is 16, I think. At least it was. At least that's what I told myself. I mean, I started drinking when I was like 10. So my mother used to go next door to this bodega and she would buy like pitchers of beer, bring them over for me to have it with my meal, especially when we were having seafood.
Yeah.
You have to have beer with seafood. So I had really forward-thinking parents. It's like, oh, we're making seafood, but don't worry. We're going next door and buying you a pitcher of beer. Imagine like a 10-year-old sitting at the dinner table with a pitcher of beer and shrimp and lobster. That was my life, man. So
that was the life.
Yeah, in Portugal, it was really relaxed back in the day. Like, if I went, at the age of 10, 11, if I went to the store to buy alcohol, nobody asked me for ID. And if they did, I would say, well, you know who I am. I mean, everybody knows everybody. And I would be like, I'm buying it for my dad. Like, nobody's going to question. Yeah, sure, makes total sense. Same thing with smokes. My friends would go buy smokes. Nobody asked them if it was for them. It's for my dad. The guy from the store just wants to make money. Exactly. He doesn't give two shits,
He doesn't care about who's buying.
He doesn't care. I don't know if things change now.
Money is money.
But when I was growing up, it was like that. Plus, it was a small town. Everybody knew everybody. So it was, we kept everything in the hood, if you know what I'm saying. Like, everybody was like turning a blind eye to certain things, But I honestly feel like when you experience those things, when you're allowed to experience those things with the people around you, like my parents allowed me to drink at an early age with them around me. So that what allowed me to do is not to have this necessity to get drunk or to try that out. It was not like the forbidden fruit. Like, by the time I was legal to go and buy booze, I already had been drinking for like 4 years. Like, it's like it was not a big deal.
Yeah.
Versus
you never had the want to be pissed.
No, because it wasn't. Because I think if you prevent your kids from doing it, first of all, they're going to hide it from you, which is even worse. And I think the other thing is they're going to overdo it, and that becomes really dangerous because you can go into an alcoholic coma, like if you overdrink. It's really dangerous shit, right? So I think if you do it with your parents around or with your family members when there's a party and whatever like that, I think you get eased into it, and then it kind of takes the sting away. It's not a big deal anymore, and then you kind of like. Perfect example, just one more thing. When I came to Canada, I pierced my ears.
Did you?
Yeah, because my parents never let me pierce my ears. Wow, we're diving deep today.
Holy shit, you pierced your ears.
Yeah, that was the first thing I did when I arrived.
I literally could never.
No, I had 3 piercings. 2 on one side and 1 on the other. So I pierced my ears. Because my parents never let me pierce my ears. So that was like the first thing I did when I arrived. I pierced my... Because they always said, as long as you live in my house, you're not piercing your ears. Guess what? I'm not living in your house anymore. I was living here. So when I went back home, the first time I went back home with the piercings, my mother's like, wow, they actually look pretty good on you. So she went to the store, to the jewelry store, and she bought me gold loops. Because I had loops, but I had silver. So she bought me gold ones. 3 days later, I took them off and never wore them again. It was not cool anymore. I put them on so I could piss off my parents. The moment she goes and buys me the freaking earrings, I was like, this is not cool anymore. Like, so then I took them off.
And then that's why
I took them off. Never had them since. And I have no desire to do them. So then I said to my mother, I think I'm going to put one in my eyebrow, right? And she's like, yeah, I think maybe it would look okay. Okay, I'm not doing it anymore. Maybe that was her reverse psychology. Whatever it was, it worked.
Oh, it worked.
It worked. It worked on me. All right, guys.
I think you would... I don't know how you would look now
with earrings?
Yeah.
Just look at my brother. My brother still has them.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the beard. Yeah, I think you just look more like a biker.
Yeah. Oh, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
That's all I need. I'm going for the
Go
Sons
to
of
the rock pile and...
I'm going for the Sons of Anarchy reboot, you know, featuring Pedro as Jack Steller younger cousin or something like that. I don't know. I couldn't be his son. I would be too old to be his son. Anyways, guys, we're done for today. Come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.